Some crimes are straight out of a slush pile, as in those novels in which you just don't understand what the motive was for the crime and why did he or she commit a crime. In the horrific multiple blast case on Sunday at the Zamra Convention Centre, which was holding a meeting of Jehovah's Witnesses at Kalamassery in Ernakulam district in Kerala, 3 people lost their lives, while more than 55 were seriously injured and several, at least 4, are in critical condition at the local government medical college. Now, a few hours after the blast, an estranged member of the sect, Dominic Martin, surrendered before the Kodakara police in the Thrissur district, claiming responsibility for the explosions. Martin had posted a video on a social media platform where he claimed that he took the step since he had felt that the teachings of the sect were seditious. Even as the NIA and NSG have launched into a thorough investigation, Dominic Martin was presented in court amidst tight security, and the police had filed an FIR against Martin under UAPA and relevant sections of the Indian Penal Code or IPC. He also said that he does not want any legal aid. He said, I will represent myself. People said that there was, sources are telling us that there was absolutely as if he was there to surrender both mentally and physically. Although I am making it very clear, it is for the courts to decide on his culpability or the lack of it. But certain aspects of his confession seem rather strange when seen in the context of the crime. And I am going to ask these questions of the guest who's now joined us, and I am going to welcome him in a bit. He is a retired police officer, Mr. Subash Babu. Let me now go to him. Sir, very happy that you could join us on this chat. My question is that while Martin claimed to be a member of Jehovah's Witness for 16 long years, the organization refuted his claims. There are indications that he may have been a member of the organization, but apparently he quit. So they said that we don't even know him. So don't you find that very strange, sir? I mean, I'm not a legal expert or I'm not a cop like you are, sir. But it is just that I found that very strange. 16 years and no one knows me?
Definitely. It is a unique and strange case because a man who has been associating with the Jehovah's Witness has left the organization and he has been away in the Gulf countries and taking up a job, and he was safe there. But all of a sudden, after 6 years, he has come back, and in the meantime, he claims that he has studied the preparation of bomb, and he came back to his place and acquired this explosive as well as some other devices,
right.
And
yes.
he prepared it from his own house.
That's what I'm going to ask you. Sir, Mr. Subash Babu, Martin allegedly planted the bomb at the convention center after Jehovah's Witness did not pay heed to his warnings against their activities and teachings. That's what he says. He called them anti-national. He said, that they are seditious. But then he was never supposed to be an active member, and therefore, don't you think his anger is also very misplaced? I know that in your long career, you must have met people. There is a kind of dissociation, like if I am angry with XYZ, then I will do something like that. But I have been a member, but I have not been attending their meetings. Even the organization says we don't recognize who is it. Doesn't it seem like a case of misplaced anger, Mr. Subash Babu?
Oh, definitely, you are absolutely right, because he has been away from the organization, and even his family was not attending to any of the prayer session in the Saranakulam and surrounding places. But all of a sudden, what was the provocation for him? If at all there was any provocation or any animosity towards the organization, it would have been against the priest or higher ups. But he has been planting the bomb just to kill the innocent people who have assembled for this prayer. They are not at all responsible. They are just like persons who have been attracted, just like Martin, where he has been going for 16 years with the organization. But this is quite strange that this man, the motive which he has been attributing is absolutely appears to be a nonsense, because nobody can believe it, because a person who has been in any way connected with the organization for 6 years, all of a sudden how can he do, because by that time he would have forgotten all those animosity or whatever the organization was against him.
Right.
But one thing, right from his beginning, this organization was anti-national and anti-constitutional. But he has been carrying on with the organization for 16 years, but he left, and then alleging that they are anti-national and seditious. How can he claim that? Because
So, are you
he
saying, Mr. Babu, are you saying that when he thinks they are anti-national or seditious, it took him 16 long years to leave it? Is that what you are saying? That seems strange.
Yes, it is strange, because if there was any objection, he would have immediately after joining the organization, he would have quit. They have no faith in the constitution, no faith in the national flag and national anthem. Everywhere, right from their inception, they have been doing and propagating all those things.
Right.
Then what made him to have an animosity at this
Yeah, that's what that's what I said. It's misplaced anger. That's why I'm raising these questions. And my third question, which is very strange, is, you know, the Jehovah's Witness have gone on record saying that they have an excellent security plan, because, sir, they had a very, very good evacuation plan, sir. If they did not have that evacuation plan, there would have been more casualties. You know, if safety plan and evacuation plan was first class, how is it then possible for a man to go there in the morning and place a bomb? Tell me. I mean, what is this? It's not like some laddu, no, that you take inside and you keep it. What is this? He said, I kept the gundu there. How did he keep that there? I mean, you are someone who's been in this field. Doesn't it seem like a very strange thing, sir?
Definitely. There was no security at all, because they are inviting all the people, and there was no screening also for the participants. If at all they have any doubt on any particular person, then only they will ask for their identity, and if they are not satisfied with the identity, normally they will pick him out and allow him to go back. No legal action will be taken. That is the procedure they have been following. But here also, on that, the 2 other days, on the previous 2 days, there was prayer, and there was no restriction for any of them. But their volunteers are having very much acquaintance with the crowd. But most of the people who have gathered there are not known to the volunteers. But still, they are claiming that is absolutely false, and they are not seeking any help from the police. They just took the permission to have this prayer session, and they did not request the police to provide protection or any sort of this observation or this screening for the scene. But what they claim, according to you, is absolutely false. They are attracting and asking all the people to associate with them, and there was no screening, no identity, no investigation, nothing was there.
All
then
right,
how can they?
but then what about police and fire permissions? I mean, what was the police then doing? If you have a big convention, you have to seek all permission, no?
Definitely, they have obtained the permission for operation of the amplifier, plus gathering of the assembly. That's all. They never wanted the police to render protection or any other help from them.
All right. Okay.
Normally, they have to take only those 2 permissions, and they need not request. If they request for but there is a responsibility for the police.
Also,
because
yeah. How come they can use that is dereliction, no? At some, I've seen in a lot of cases where the permission, it's a very casual attitude. Sir, my next, something which again, ladies and gentlemen, seems very strange and out of place in this case, in Dominic Martin's case, the alleged accused, you know, is that this 57-year-old English language trainer, claiming to have planted the bomb at the center, not only goes live on a social media platform, but also comes and surrenders. What is this? First of all, I do a crime, then I go on a social media platform, I do a live video. After that, I surrender. After that, I say I don't want any legal aid. Something does not add up, Mr. Subash Babu.
Definitely, because if he wanted to surrender, he would have surrendered at the place where the local where the this accident took or the blast took place. He would have, that is hardly 1.5 kilometers away from the police station. He would have gone to the police station, but he fled from the place and traveled nearly more than 40 kilometers. And for making record, he has taken a room from in a lodge, and after half an hour he left, saying that in the blast some of his relatives have caused some burns and he wanted to go back. That is why for every movement and every operation he has been making record of it, because
Okay.
he wanted to impress the police or to limit the police only to him for in the investigation, because right from the beginning he is telling from where did he purchase this explosives, where from the
Yes.
petrol, where the other switching devices, all those things he has been keeping record and keeping correctly the receipts also, and
Ah.
he is recording the timings also on the video, and he has been giving it to the police. It is most strange. We have never heard of such an incident where an accused himself is getting a perfect investigation
Yeah, so
process.
therefore, yeah, you're right. That's why I feel that, something is not adding up. Also, Dominic Martin is supposed to have spent all of 3,000 rupees for assembling the bomb, like he says, and he did it at home. How come none of his family members noticed it? In my house, if someone is assembling a bomb, you think we will not know it? What is
It's all
this?
strange because he divulged to the police that he made the bomb in 1 day. I don't think it is possible, and he has not experimented whether the bomb which was made by him earlier or and for this particular purpose, that it will burst if it is ignited, or by remote control he will be able to operate it. But he is not very sure of it. But the the devices which has been, or the bomb which are placed at the center or this auditorium, was easily blasted by him. He is quite sure that it will blast. There was no history, and he has not divulging any of the fact that he has made this, experimented it, and he was very sure that the bomb which was made by him will be explode. There is no history for him.
You know,
But
also, sir, I want to ask you that a lot of, theories are floating around, and I don't think that one should give credence to them at all, because let the investigation agencies do their job. But, to say that just because a former chief of Hamas gave a visual kind of a virtual, I beg your pardon, speech there, connecting it with that, connecting it with this, how would you, as a top police officer, look at this? Would you connect these dots, or would you look at this case in isolation, sir?
no, it's a very strange case. But we cannot expect an accused himself is producing evidence against him. He wanted to concentrate the police on him alone, because the evidence which police or the prosecution is to prove is that Martin has done it. Martin alone has done it. None other than Martin has done it. That is the this climax of a prosecution success. For those purpose, he is creating all sort of evidence and recording everything and presenting to the police, just to confine the investigation only to him and not to divert from him. That is the purpose which he has been exhibiting, and definitely there will be some sort of conspiracy help for him. Absolutely. How did he know that police wants all these evidence, all these links?
Yeah, of
No,
course, but
normally,
let me also add, very clearly that it's for the investigating agencies to figure out. But certain loopholes seem to be there. There is also, you see, no crime is also unilateral. Somehow I feel that his neighbors say he was a very good man. He was a very kind man. He was a very soft spoken man. He was a family man. He was, he was an honest man in the sense, like most people, he used to do what he's supposed to do and was earning a living. Do you think somewhere it could also be, I mean, I'm just saying, is there a possibility that he could very well be someone who is perhaps mentally disturbed, sir?
no, never. A mentally disturbed person or any unsound person can never do it, and he will do it, but he cannot record all these things in the very chronological order. He has made it and recorded it very chronological order until he surrenders before the police. That means he is a man who knows the process of investigation, or he has been tutored or trained by somebody how the investigation is going on and what all purposes are needed for the police investigation. And then again, the recording. If he is saying that I have done this, I have been there, I purchased this, that won't be sufficient for the police. But he has made record for each and every movement he has made with proper timing, with place, with receipts, with records, with videos. Everything is in a most perfect manner. He has made all those things and surrendered before the police. That too, he fled from the place, and just to impress that, he alone has done that. He went. Why did he go away from the spot? He should have gone to some other police. There are four or five police stations en route, but
Right.
he never went there, and he has no connection with this Kodagara because he has been living in Ernakulam and he belongs to with that place,
Right.
and he went there and stranded in a strange place where he has no knowledge about the police or the setup there. That
Oh,
that
all
is
right.
quite.
Okay, and Mr. Babu, thank you so much for joining us on this broadcast. And like I said, it's for the investigating agencies to take a close look at what really has gone on with this alleged accused, Dominic Martin, in this very unfortunate Kalamassery blast case.